So since the recession, the wealthy have continued to rake in the money at an amazing, astounding rate, compared especially to the middle class that has been completely screwed, the poor and the middle class that have been completely screwed over by this. And let me get into some specifics, and this comes from, of course, updated data from Emmanual Saez. Remember, Emmanual Saez had got together with Thomas Piketty, and they had done some research into how much income inequality has pretty much been destroying the American economy. And so I'm going to get into some of his new data concerning the top 1%. Now, according to this data, between 2009 and 2012, overall income per family grew about 6.9%. Okay, so that's per family, that's an average. Per family, 6.9%. Oh, that's not so bad. Well, how did the wealthy do? Well, the wealthy, there are persecuted minority wealthy that continues to get, picked on and everything by, those damn Marxist socialists like President Obama, only saw their real income grow by 34.7%. Talk about an oppressed minority. Only 34.7%? Well, let's compare that to those moochers in the 99%. That saw about a 0.8% gain. Not even 1%. 99% got less than 1%. And that means that the 1% captured 91% of all real income. Wow. But wait, the bad news does not stop here. Because they adjusted for inflation, and then excluded anything made from capital gains and investments like stocks, okay? Now, small gains, when you remove those capital gains and investments, the rich, lose a little bit on that, okay? Average income for the 1% without capital gains rose from $871,100 to $968, according to Justin Wolfers, right? Well, wait a minute. That's an increase. So it actually increased. It didn't just decrease. It increased when you eliminate capital gains. Huh. Wait a minute here. Well, what about everybody else? Well, for everyone else, average income fell. How much did it fall? Well, it fell from $44,000 to $43,900. A very modest fall, but it is a fall. It is a decrease. The wealthy increased by a ton, but everybody else fucked over. Decrease. That means that the 1% adjusted this way, when you look at the data, they captured everything. All of the income gains between 2009 and 2012. Everything. Excluding gains from capital gains and investments and adjusting for inflation, the rich still did better. Whereas everyone else lost. They got everything. But no, income inequality isn't a problem, man. Yeah, okay. All right, whatever. Now, the 1% did increase somewhat in 2013 as compared to 2012. They still grew, but compared to it, 2013 wasn't as great of a year. Oh, boo-hoo. Their share of income fell from 22.8% to 20.1%. And total income dropped 14.9%. How much did everyone else get? Oh, they saw a very small 0.2% increase. You feeling that trickle down yet, guys? Are you feeling it trickle down? Odds are something's trickling down in your head, but it ain't wealth. That's all I'm saying. And it's not as if this drop for the 1% in 2013 was because of them not doing as well. No. It's because President Obama, to his credit, actually raised taxes on them just a little bit. There was a 6.5% percentage point in the top labor income tax rate, and 9.5 percentage points per capita income. But it's not as if they paid all that, because they shifted around the money to avoid paying more. So the top 1% got 20% of the income in 2013, and it's more than twice as high as in the 1970s. This follows a history. It's not just this recent depression, or recession, I should say, that the rich have came out pretty sparkly clean when it came to income gains. The top 1% got 65% of income gains following the 2001 recession. So basically, the richest 10% of earners capture nearly increasingly larger shares of income during growth, even if they take a pretty good hit during contractions. So they still continue to get richer. And it's because we're not doing anything about it. When they crash the economy, they come back wonderfully. They shoot right back up. Like the stock market, for example. Yeah, it crashed, but it came right back up. And without significant financial regulations and top tax rate increases, we're going to continue to see this. Oh, they can say that Dodd-Frank was great financial, historic reform. Except that it really wasn't. And they continue to chip at it away. Even now, they're chipping at it. All while regular people who are more productive continue to see a drop in their overall income. And they're seeing stagnation of wages. Wages grew just 1.7% last year. That is the slowest rate since the 1960s. While productivity has increased by nearly 25%. Now this has consequences. And we're going to get into some of those, but the consequences of this is reduced income and reduced investment. You're not having the investment in the poor and the middle class and in infrastructure that is vital to the success of America. Our bridges are falling apart. Our roads are falling apart. Our infrastructure, our water pipes, falling apart as we speak. And we all you hear is we cannot afford it. And this is why.